So good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
How was fest?
Good morning, sir.
How was fest? Dasra?
Good, sir.
Yeah, bude enjoy madta mast. Okay, shall I start the class?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Only 27. How many were there in the first class, first hour?
33.
33, sir.
Now they are having tiffin or what? Breakfast. Okay. 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 So today I'm going to take example programs on regular expressions. So the first example that I'm going to consider here is validating the variables. Okay, simple program. So first I'll start with one of the program. So that is validating a variable, whether a given variable is valid or invalid. So to check whether a given variable is valid or invalid. So we'll write the code for this one. Then one of the example I'll take from the book, which is given in your book. Then another example I'll be taking from the yesterday, which was taken in, it was given in the TCS driver. Okay, one of the question which was given in the TCS drive that can be solved with the help of regular expression. So that example I'm going to take in this class now. Okay, right. What is variable? Yes, what is variable?
Which stores the value.
Which stores the value. Okay, so what are the rules for naming a variable? What are the rules for naming the variable? What are the constraints? What are the criteria that have to be followed for naming a variable? Yes.
It
Yes.
must start with letter or
Yes.
underscore.
First letter, first character, we can say. First character must be either a letter or underscore. Correct? First letter. Then second one. Is my screen visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm writing the rules now. Right? The first character must be either letter or underscore. So then, what about the following characters?
They must be letter, numbers, or underscores.
The following letters, the following characters must be either letters, digits, or underscore. Correct? Underscores. Right? So the following characters must be either letters, digits, or underscore. Right? And now these are the two rules. No special characters are allowed. Right?
Yes, sir.
No special
Yes,
characters
sir.
are allowed except underscore. Right? That's there in the second rule. Right? So then if it is a keyword, then it's an invalid, something like that we have. Right? Okay. So let it be now. Right? So now with these two rules, we'll try to write the code for this now. Right? Let's import the package first. Right? Then create the object. Right? To create the object, so now I'm going to create a variable regular expression. Right? regex, var regex. So variable regex, then re dot, right, compile, right. So then I think raw text. Now tell me the pattern now. So what is the pattern to be written for validating the variable rules? Read the rules which have written above and write the regular expression for matching that. What I should write now? You people only should tell that one. The first rule says that first character must be either a letter or underscore. Right. Now what pattern you write to match that? Yes.
So underscore or pipeline operator.
Underscore or? Right.
For all you can use pipeline operator.
You can use character class, right, to match either uppercase
Character
letter.
class, sir.
First character can be either a letter or underscore. So that means either a letter may be uppercase letter or lowercase letter, right? So I write this one, right? Either uppercase A to Z or lowercase A to Z, or it may be underscore, correct?
Yes, sir.
No? Right. So this matches a single character, right? So this character class matches a single character. That single character may be either uppercase alphabet or lowercase alphabet or underscore, right? That matches the first rule. Okay, that matches the first rule. Then what about what is the pattern to be written for the second rule now? What is the pattern to be written for second rule? The following characters must be either letters, digits, or underscore. Now what you write for this one? Letters, digits, or underscore, right? Is there any character class, built-in character class to match this? Letters, digits, or underscore? Shorthand character class? You already learned.
/W.
Yes, exactly. /W. So this /W is going to match a letter, a digit, or underscore. So, but it is going to match a single character, right? Single character. But there may be n number of characters after the first character, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. There may be 0 also, right? After only one character, you can create a variable with only one character length, right? Like x, variable x, variable I, variable j, like single character variable. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Then what you should prefix here, whether star or plus, suffix, star or plus.
Star.
So because following letters may be optional, following characters may be optional here, right? So see, one character is compulsory. First character is either uppercase letter or lowercase letter or underscore. It is compulsory. But the remaining characters mean the following letters can be optional, right? So that's why. So I'm going to write this as /W star, right? Now, so this is going to match a variable now, right? Now ask the user to enter a variable name, right? So I'll just take a one variable to read the input from the username, right? So for example, I'll take a var name, right? Sorry, var name, right? Input, enter a variable name. Enter a variable name. Now I have a variable name with in the variable var name. Now search for the matching, right? Now I'll go with the search function, that is var name, right? Sorry, var regular expression, right? Regex dot search, right? Then var name, just pass the variable name which you are read from the user. Okay, the variable name. So var name contains the name of the variable which I entered. So that you pass as a argument to search function. So it is going to match with the given pattern. It is going to match with the given pattern. If it matches with the given pattern, then it returns matched text. Otherwise, it returns none. Right. So that's why. So now what I'll do, I'll check with this one. If mo not equals to none. If mo not equals to none. right? Are you getting my point? Why I'm comparing this one? If it returns the match text, then MO will not be equals to none. If it fails to match with the given pattern, if the given pattern, if the content of the var name fails to match with the given pattern, then MO contains none. So for invalid data, for invalid variable name, so there will be none in the variable MO. So that's why if MO not equals to none, it's valid variable. If MO equals to null, it is a invalid variable. So now I'm going to print var name comma URL, right, is a valid variable, right? Else, all right, print var name is not a or is a invalid variable. Is this clear? Program
Yes, sir.
valid variable, right? Right. Now run this code. Now what it is asking? Enter a variable name. Enter a variable name. So I'll enter now just X. Right. Now X is a valid variable. Is that correct? It is single length, single character variable. Is this correct or wrong? Hello all.
Yes, sir.
Are you there, right? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Keep on answering. Right. Now if I just type underscore, then also it's valid variable because it's single character length and first character is a underscore. It's a valid variable. Right. Then now let us see here. So I'll take A, then I'll take small a, then underscore, then BE123. Right. A underscore BE123. Is it valid or invalid? This one. A underscore BE123. This is the name I given for the variable now. Is it valid or invalid?
Invalid.
Invalid, sir.
Invalid, sir.
Why invalid? Why invalid? The first rule. What is the first rule? The first character must be either a letter or underscore. Yes, first character is capital letter A. Right. Then second rule. What is the second rule says? The following characters can be either letters or digits or underscore. Right. We have letters, we have underscore, we have digits. Is correct, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then see here now. What we are getting here? A underscore B123 is a valid variable. Right. Just check with the rules. Okay, if I am following the rules for the naming variable, then it's valid. Otherwise, it's invalid. Now let us see here. I'll go with here 1A underscore BE. Now, is it valid or invalid?
Invalid, sir.
Invalid, right?
Yes, sir.
Now let us check whether it gives invalid or not. Right? Now see here. What we are getting here? What we are getting here is a valid variable.
Valid.
Why it is giving us valid variable? The reason for this one, try to understand here the reason for this one. Now from here, yes, first letter is not a valid, but still it is giving as a valid variable here. So why it is happening so here? Because you see here, this pattern is searched in the entire string. If any part of the string, listen to my words, sir. If any part of the string matches with the pattern, then it is going to give as a valid. See here. So what it is giving? So yes, starting from 1 it is not valid, but starting from letter A underscore BE, is it valid or invalid? Starting from A underscore
Valid.
BE. Yes, it is valid, right? Now just check out here the match
Yes,
text with the mo.group. Now look at here what we have in the mo.group. We don't have one A underscore B in the mo.group, but we have A underscore B in the group function, right? So that means this particular part of the text is matching with the pattern. So that's why. So to check with start to end, the data should be matched with the given pattern only. Then what you should do is you should put your caret symbol, means starting with this letter, and end must be ending with the this pattern only. ending with this pattern only, that is dash w star, right? So if you write this one, then if any other text is not going to match with any other text, the full content of the text, entire content of the text must match with the given pattern. So this is what it is going to correspond, right? This caret and dollar symbol is going to indicate that the entire content of the text should match with the given pattern. Now check with this. Now, right? So here now I'll write 1a underscore b. Now this time it will give its invalid variable. Did you understand? Now, did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Earlier also it was matching, but any part of the text, it was matching with any part of the text, matching with the pattern, right? So that's why it was giving invalid variable name as valid. But when you limit the entire text is to be matched with the given pattern, so then you can go with this caret symbol and you can go with this dollar symbol, so that if anything else, if anything else is not matched in the given given pattern, then it is going to be invalid. Right. So like that, just go with the some more executions and check with the some variables. Now, like I'll take here a underscore b I'll take dollar, then 1 2 3. Now is it valid or invalid? Is it valid or invalid? Yes. Mute your mic. Yes, it's valid or invalid? Is it satisfying all the rules of the variable?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No.
Sir.
So what is the wrong with this variable name?
Special character.
Yes, special character dollar is there. So now it is going to give us invalid, right? It's giving us invalid because there is a special character in this, right? Which is not allowed in the variable, right? Which is not there in the pattern also, right? Is that clear now?
Yes, sir.
Right. So this way you can write the compiler. Usually the compilers are designed like this. So to check whether, I mean, you see when you do program, right? When you write program, it will show the error messages like syntax errors, right? How it is going to, I mean, how a developer is going to design that, right? Based on the regular expressions, mean by matching the patterns with the keywords, with the variable names, and with the syntaxes of the if clause or a while clause or for loop. Okay, so it is, they are going to design the entire compiler, right? Did you understand this one? This is the base for, this is one of the simplest example for compiler designing of compiler. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay, right.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now take another example here. I'll take you some little complex, right? I'll take another example here. Right. Now you try to write that. Okay. So same thing I'll continue, but little change in this. That is right. The following letters can be letters or digits or at least one special character. Right? This is what I want now. Right? First character must be a uppercase letter. First character must be a uppercase letter. First character must be a uppercase letter, and the following letters must be either letters, digits, or at least one special character. Now for this you write the code. Do write it. Did you get the problem statement now?
Yes, sir.
Do write for this one now. What change you need to do for this one? Within this character and dollar symbol, what I should write? You tell me. Yes, did you finish this line? Do it fast. Yes, finish that line. Hello all. Finished or not? Hello. Hello all.
Yes, sir.
Only one. Others, are you sleeping or what?
No,
Others,
sir.
then are you trying?
Trying, sir.
Hmm. Then at least yes, say yes or no. Did you finish this line? I'm asking. Pattern, writing pattern. Did you finish that pattern? Yes, tell me now the pattern to be written. Yes, what is the first one? First rule. For the first rule, what do you write? Hmm? I am not able to hear you. Who was speaking, sir?
A to Z.
Okay. So in character class, right? A to Z. Right, one letter. Okay. So the first character must be uppercase letter. So only capital A to Z is being included in the character class. Next. The following letters must be, the following characters must be either letters, means which may be uppercase letters or lowercase letters. Then digits or at least one special character. Then what do you write for this one? How you write for this one? Eng Beritiri. Because there is no shorthand for this one, right? There is no shorthand for this one. Shorthand is there for letters, digits, and underscore, right? But here we want any special character. Any special character.
Wildcard character.
Huh?
Wildcard character we can use, sir.
Wildcard character, which is the dot.
Dot operator.
Okay, fine.
Dot character.
If I put dot, which is going to match either letter or digit or at least any special character except new line, right? And dot followed by whether star or whether, because dot is going to
Star, sir.
character.
Stars, sir.
Star, sir.
Star, sir.
Is the star, right? So, but look at here. What I written here. That also you should remember. For the letters or digits, I didn't mention anything. But for a special character, what I written? At least one special character. At least one special character. At least one means one or more, right?
Plus.
That's why we should be very careful with the regular expression while writing expression, right? Right? Dot plus. So this is
Yes.
going to match. This is going to match the variable. So this I can say, for example, password, right? So pass 3 password valid, right? Right. Then I'll copy the program, remaining program from here. Just I'll name this as password. All right. Password. Then I'll just name this as p name. Then, right. So here, I'll just name this as p name is valid. Is valid. Is valid. Is invalid. Right. This also, right? Enter a password now. So the password must have a one capital case letter. That means first letter must be a capital case letter, right? I write A, then okay, I'll take capital P at SSWO0RD, right? Is this correct? Is this match with the pattern password? So P at SSW0RD is the name given for the password now, right? Is the value for the password. Is it valid or invalid?
Valid, sir.
Valid, sir.
Right. So it's giving us now is valid, right? Then I'll execute now small a, right? Small a at 1, 2, 3, right? Now it's valid or invalid?
Invalid, sir.
Right?
Invalid, sir.
It's giving us invalid, right? Now, did you understand why we use regular expressions with these two examples? So earlier one was a base for just a base for compile design example, right? We are verifying the variable name. So here we are verifying the password. So usually, so when you are creating some account, so whether it may be a Gmail account or it may be Rediff mail account or any other user account, like even in the NPTEL, you create a user account. So that time it asks you password. When it asks for the password, it is going to give us some rules, right? To set the variable password for your account. Yes or no? They'll define
Yes,
some
sir.
rules, right? So at least one special character must be there, at least one digit must be there, one uppercase letter must be there, or something like that. They will give you some frames, some rules of rules for creating the password, right?
Yes, sir.
To validate those passwords. So after that, by following all those rules, you'll create some password. You'll create some password. Whether that password is satisfying with all the rules or not. So to verify that, then you can go for this regular expression. Otherwise, it is very complex to write the logic, right? So regular expression will simplify the task and it can validate the variable. I mean the value of the password. It can validate the value of the password, that is valid or invalid, right? So where you can apply, I'm just telling you the examples, right? In the password, I mean like when you are creating account, you can validate the password, right? Just we'll go with another example here. So just take a p underscore, right? SS W capital, then 1, 2, 3, right? Is this valid or invalid now? P underscore SS W 1, 2, 3. Yes, it's valid or invalid?
Invalid, sir.
Invalid? Why invalid? Look at the following rules.
Special characters.
Special character is there, no? Underscore. Underscore is being used, right? At least one I asked, one is there here, right? It's valid, right? One special character was expected, it was there. Suppose you write, you see here now, if I write this one, right? Now, is it valid or invalid? If I write password, right?
Invalid.
Capital,
Invalid.
zero is there. Digit is there, alphabets are there, capital letter is there. First letter is capital, right? But it's valid or invalid?
Invalid.
No, but what happens you see here? What happens you see here? There is no special character here. There is no special character here, right? There is no special character here, but it still is going to give us valid. Why? What's happened with then? Right. See here, dot plus matches with anything, which may be a letter or it may be a digit or it may be a character, special character, right? So plus, obviously plus is going to match one or more occurrences. So, but dot matches with these letters, right? Dot matches with these letters, right? Yes or no? A matched by dot, so A will be matched by dot. Yes, S will be matched by dot. W, 0, R, D, all will be matched by dot plus. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Then will this dot plus work with our requirement? Will this dot plus work with our requirement? Or do we need to change this then? The pattern needs to be changed as per the requirement, because at least one special character must be there. That's a constraint, right? That's the constraint, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So what you can do here, look at here. Just I'm going to create a group here. Then I put a pipeline, right? That is OR operator. Dot plus, obviously it will match letters, digits, or even special characters. But we want at least one special character. At least one special character here. So that's why what I'm going to do here is, you see, so I'll take a negation of, sorry, what is that negation? Right, yes, negation. I'll take a negation. Then other than small 8 letter, digit, and 0 to 9. So other than this, that means it is a special character, right? Other than alphabet and digit. Then what it is? Other than alphabet and digit means, other than alphabet and digit means what? What it is?
Special character.
Characters. So I'll put a plus here. At least one is required. At least one is required. So I'll put a plus for this one. Then this entire group, either this one or this one is to be repeated for several times. Is to be repeated for several times. I'll put a plus for this one. So combination. So first special character may come or other letters may come, right? So this can be even rewritten as, right, as, instead of matching, because here already we are matching, this pattern is matching this special character. So this, since this pattern is matching special character, so this dot now can be replaced with only capital A to Z or small a to Z or 0 to 9. So this one. Did you get this one now? So here we are matching with the letters and digits. Here we are matching with the special character. Either it may be a letter or digit, or it may be a digit. Sorry, it may be a special character. So either again we are repeating for plus times. Plus means one or more times. So either this or this may occur one or more times. One or more times. Right? Now, if I execute this one, now look at here. So give the earlier inputs. So now it is going to cross verify. Now if I give this one, now look at, oh sorry, password is invalid. Now plus SEZ, okay, then followed by A to Z or this one, A to Z, okay, special character. Okay, this or this, okay, this or this mean it is going to okay, at least one special character. Same thing, it is now. Special character. This is going to match now because this is OR operator, so it is going to match with that one. but this. Just will put one. Okay. In combination. Vector keys. This option.